Walk and talk 44. All is corrupt except the Bible. Yeah, so you'll find, as many of you already know and have found, you'll find there's a lot of good, and they're good truth talkers, people talking truth, spreading the truth and ideas in videos, who are Christian. And I have no problem with anybody else who's religious, as long as they're not hurting or harming anybody else. We always have to remember that it's man who corrupted religion. Religion didn't corrupt man. But what does get me, like a lot of these Christian content makers, truth tellers, whatever you want to call it, what I don't understand is how they can be so bright as to speak to see through the lies in the way that they do, yet they preach the Bible as if it's 100% the Word of God. I'm not knocking them, and before any of them come out and call me a demon, I'm not. I just think of things logically and with reason. And out of interest, I've reached out to some of these content makers, and I've said to them, how is everything in the world, how is every single thing in the world corrupt except the Bible? It doesn't even make sense, does it? I mean, everything, you know, they believe everything that is corrupt, which it is, so it's not a belief. They know everything's corrupt, but you talk about their Bible, oof, no, the Bible's 100% legit, and if you question it, you're a filthy little demon. That's how they play that game, most of them. Or they think you're a troll or a shill if you comment with those words, and you get attacked. I don't spend much time in comments, not at all, but when I find a good Christian who's speaking some real truth, you know, and putting out some good content, I will ask them, I will put the question to them. But like I say, most of the time I'm responded with, you know, they call me names, oh, there's a demon in here, and or they just ignore the comment, which I think is a little bit iffy. If we want to get somewhere, we have to talk openly about all topics, everything. The one thing about coming to reality of the truth and seeing the truth and becoming aware of the truth is all of your beliefs, your previous beliefs and doctrines fall away. But you've just got to think of it logically, haven't you? How? Hit this for a still, look. Bruce in the background. Thumbnail. How is everything corrupt in the world? Everything's corrupt, right? And is made of lies. Except the Bible. Except the Bible. I've even spoken to some Christians about it, and just spoken to them about it, you know, openly, tried to speak to them openly about it, and they get really aggressive, you know. They start shouting, well, I know, I just know, you know, I just know because I know it's true because I just know it. and they defend it with a vile manner, you know, and an aggressive manner, and that also tells us a lot, doesn't it? You can't have it both ways, folks. You've got like the logic. You walk into a room and there's 100 people in there. You've looked around, 99 are corrupt, but there's one holding the Bible. That's the truth, is it? There's some good things in the Bible, there has to be, right? Otherwise people wouldn't follow it in the way that they do. And I'm not saying don't follow it. I'm not saying don't study it. But through common sense and looking at the world and its ways myself, I've come to the conclusion that the Bible is just as corrupt as any other thing in the world. This is fake space. All the other religions, your New Age, the Bible's just as fake as all of those. It's just as corrupt. Do you know what's not corrupt? In there. That's the real deal in there, folks. You go in there and you know you're getting a real deal, the real truth. The full unadulterated truth. And I think just a short one, that, but it's an obvious one, isn't it? It's an obvious one. If you're a Christian, you fancy talking about this topic, change my mind. Tell me how everything in the world is corrupt. Everything that's been produced by men is corrupt, except the Bible. Tell me, without name calling, without getting angry and upset and feeling attacked, just tell me how that the Bible isn't corrupt. It was made by men. That in there wasn't made by men, see? That's a real book. Incorrupt. So we'll leave it there. Be blessed, and may your dog or your dogs go with you. Roski, what's going on? Are we going to say goodbye again? And what are we going to do today? Are we going to have a wonderful food or a beautiful food?